obviously, we saw two cases over the weekend, the Bill Cosby hung jury, but also Philando Castile. We have Sunny Hostin, ABC legal analyst. We want to talk about the Bill Cosby case, but I have to quickly get her thoughts on the release of that horrifying video yesterday, where we finally saw what took place. Sunny, how in the hell did a jury of people with brains not convict Geronimo Yanez for the murder of Philando Castile?
You know, I do not have a good answer for that. And Roland, you know, I say all the time, I believe in our jury system. I think we have the best system in the world. But the release of that tape shows that the officer murdered, really, Philando Castile 7 seconds after he approached that car. 7 seconds after he was told, I have a license to carry. I have a firearm in the car. I'm not going to touch the gun. And he killed him anyway. It's just, you know, I have a 14-year-old son. He's 6 feet tall, a little over 6 feet tall. And I worry about him living in a world where you can do the right thing, tell the officer what you're supposed to tell him, and you get killed anyway. I don't understand. And the timing of the release of that video is striking. You release the video after the officer has already been acquitted. Why? Because we now all know what really happened.
Yep. Well, I keep saying,
I'm shocked.
I keep saying, Sonny, until several white people get killed by cops in the same fashion, the laws will not change. Now let's talk about the Bill Cosby hung jury. The Cosby defense team portrayed this as this huge victory. I got to get your assessment on how they portrayed this after the jury was hung. We don't know whether they were hung for acquittal or for guilt. You saw this statement from Camille Cosby that was read denouncing the judge. Was that smart strategy, knowing full well the prosecution says we will prosecute him again?
Yeah. You know, this wasn't an easy case to try. We talked about this on this show a week or so before the verdict came out, or the lack of the verdict came out. And so I'm shocked, one, that the prosecution is going to go forward again, because cases get worse with time, and this jury really struggled to find an answer. I mean, we're talking over 50 hours. That is almost unheard of in this
But remember, the DA here ran on, when he ran against the former DA, he ran on he was going to try Bill Cosby. Yeah. That's how he got elected.
It was a campaign promise. It was a campaign promise, and he says he's gonna keep it, and he's gonna continue to do it. I was shocked at Camille Cosby's statement, not because she's standing by her husband, not because she's angry, but because, as you mentioned, this same judge is going to be the judge over this case again, overseeing this case.
That's smart strategy if your husband cheated on you. Come on, Dave.
Maybe that's why she did it.
You make the point here again, and then here's the other issue. We don't know what direction the jury was leaning. Now, here's what I'm trying to understand. Other cases, Sonny, we have found out where the juror stood. And so what's the deal in Pennsylvania? Are they not allowed to question the jurors?
When you have a hung jury, sometimes prosecutors want to know what the split is. Defense attorneys want to know what the split is. And my sense in this case is that they do know what the split was. But they don't want it to be made public, because you then poison the well of the remaining jury pool. And so if it comes out that, wow, it was, 11-1 for conviction or 11-1 for acquittal, it could somehow impact the future jury pool. And I think that's why we're not hearing about it. But it may get leaked. It may get leaked. Again,
you also had an alternate juror who said that had they been on this jury, they likely would have convicted Bill Cosby. Because it is a hung jury, he's still out on bail. He is, despite, again, what Andrew Wyatt had to say after the case, he is not out of danger. He could always be prosecuted again. And so what happens now moving forward? What does the prosecution do? What does the defense do?
Well, my understanding is the prosecution is going to bring this case within the next 6 months, within the next 180 days. And they've each seen each other's case. And so in that sense, it's a little easier to try it the second time because you know what's going to happen. What's more difficult is the witnesses, because they're going to get on, and if they say anything that's different from the first time around, they're going to get impeached with it because everything's already been said and everything's already been written down. So I think it's going to be very interesting to watch. You know, I think the bigger question, though, Roland, is what happens if he's, let's say, acquitted, or let's say there's another hung jury? Do people believe that this is an innocent man? Or do they believe that 50-some-odd women coming forward are not lying? Is his legacy forever tarnished? Can he never work again?
Well, I could. Well, according to Wyatt, during the proceedings, Bill Cosby was working on new material that he wants to get back out on the road. He wants to perform again. According to a story I read, he has lots of things that he wants to talk about. And so that is the question there. But I can tell you that there's no doubt, I believe, when you talk about the court of public opinion, that verdict has already been rendered.
And I tend to agree. I mean, I think his legacy is forever, ever tarnished. He's always going to be known as the Bill Cosby who likes to give women drugs and sexually assault them. I mean, that's
with a 2-drink minimum
found in the court of public opinion.
And when you think about that moving forward, that also impacts, but also another jury, because if you have a second trial, that means you're going to have another jury. Now, they went to Pittsburgh to find this jury. I mean, where are they going to go next?
Pacoima.
Look, you'd have to go to outer space to find a juror that hasn't heard about Bill Cosby or this case.
Is that allowed? Is that allowed?
No, it's not. So I think all you can do is respect the system, hope that jurors will be fair and impartial, and listen to the evidence as it comes in.
And same judge?
Same judge. Same judge.
That's why you don't tick off the judge.
Yeah.
That was an interesting letter from Camille.
And do you think they will allow other women to come forward this next time?
That is a possibility. There are 10 other women, or I think 13, kind of waiting in the wings, waiting to tell their stories. That will make the difference. If those women come forward, I think we'll see a very different verdict.
But bottom line, it ain't over.
No, it's not.
It's not over.
No, it's not. Sunny Hostin, ABC legal analyst. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot. A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh, my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.